Hi guys, and welcome back here to the Dev Realm, and today we're going to be carrying on our RPG series TCG. What I would like to do here today is like a special episode. I would like to improve a little bit how this thing is being spawned. At this moment, it doesn't look the best. I'm not excited about this. Also, I would like to be able to see the front of the card and things like this. So I came up with the idea of that when I spawn the card on the game, why not spawn off screen, and then it made it so it moves to the direction, and then once it's in the direction it rotates. So let's try to do that. So we're gonna open up here our card, right? So it's gonna open up here. Now on the TCG game, we are gonna open up, the components, we're gonna open up here our spawn, and in the spawn we do have the spawn transform, right? So what we would like to do here is that this is exactly where I would like the card to be added, which is fine, no problem. Now, what I would like to do here is that I'm gonna do this in a different way. So instead of passing the transform here, I'm gonna make a transform, and this transform is going to be basically set on a 0000. So like it's going to be off screen. All right. At this point, it's going to show up there, but it's going to be set up after off screen. All right. Now, what I'm going to do here is that the location, I'm going to add a ridiculous number, something that's off the screen, something like 20,000. Because at this point, we don't care where we can see the card or not. I want to be able to see the card out of the screen. Now, what am I going to do here is that I am going to open up the card here, and I'm going to simulate the physics. I'm going to set this to disable. Simulate the physics is going to be set to false. Because what I would like to do here is I would like to basically I'm just going to call this start the card information. All right. So it's going to basically start the card information. Now I'm going to create here a custom event. Custom event called API move card to final location. All right. Now this I would like to run on the server because we don't need to see this movie. We only care about the server stuff. So the first one we need to know is the final transform. So final transform, right? This is going to be a transform. Transform. There you go. Now on the component, we call the API move card to the final transform, which is this thing right here. All right. Nice. So now, of course, we could just do something like, self, and we could do, not the base card, self. And we can move actor to the location. Set actor transform. I think yes, that's the one. And we could do that, and that could basically be also our option. So now we have exactly the same effect we had before. All right, but now of course we don't have the information, like we do not have the how can I say, we do not have now the ability to get set the physics here. All right, so let's just do that. Okay, so now that we have this thing done and set up, we're gonna do a couple of things. We need to move this smoothly to the location that he was from, to the location that we want to. We already have done this previously using a timeline. So we're gonna add a new timeline. We're gonna call this move card to, And we are gonna basically compile this and save. And, and what we're gonna do is that we're gonna play always from start. And now we do not have the direction yet, so we're gonna need to select here. We're gonna create a track. So we're gonna add here a float track. It's gonna be called move to, right? We're gonna add 2 keys. So the first key here is gonna be 0 and 0. And the last key is gonna be 1 and 1, all right? 1 second, 1 minute, 1 value. Now that we have this stuff here, we have move to, right? Now, we don't care necessarily about the rotation of this object or the scale. So I'm gonna just split this. Split or make or split. Do we have a split? Break. Yes, break transform. There we go. That's the one I want to use. So now what happened is that basically instead of using the set actor transform, we could go set actor location, because is what we want. Set the actor location. Now the location here is the final end, but we need to move it in a smooth way, right? So first what we gotta do is that we need to get actor, right? Get actor location. Can we do a lerp on vector? That's it. So what we're gonna do here is that we're getting the current actor location, and we're gonna basically figure out from where he is to where it needs to be based on the current value. That's why these things it goes from 1 to 0, 0 to 1. So we're gonna put a location there. Now we also need to put the move to, which is the alpha. This really doesn't matter the name, as long as you have the thing here. And now every time he updates, we wanna set this here, right? Now we should see a very nice effect on the screen, or at least we should be able to see one. Let's see. You see? Look at that. That looks quite cool. I really like this. It looks quite nice actually. Look at that. Now what happened that we also want to do here, guys, is I think on the card itself, we set up in a way where it always faces the top. So it's like here. So we need to make sure that the rotation on the y-axis is 0, okay? So what we're gonna do here is that we are gonna go back here to the game. So here's where we move. So we spawn the actor. Now we need to just care about the rotation here. So we're gonna basically add, or can we make a rotation? Make rotator from rotator. I think that's the one. No. Or add. Can we add that? Can we split this? I mean, I guess we can split the rotator. Break. Okay, let's break the rotator. I don't like this, but it's just, well, I guess things we have to do. So make rotation. Make a rotator. Now, I don't care about the X and the Z. Now, everything else, it's fine. So we want to make sure the rotation is 0, right? So let's see what happens. So if you do that, if I go back here and press play, okay, what if I do, I don't know, minus 90? Will that work? Let's see. So if I do minus 90, switch for the card. Doesn't seem to be affecting that. What if I do that? I don't know, 180. Would that change anything? Doesn't seem to be changing. Oh, yeah, of course. Well, of course it's not changing anything, guys, because we're not using the rotation on the card itself. I forgot about this. We're not using the rotator here. So that's fine. So what we're gonna do here is we probably need to set the rotator, the world rotation. No, sorry. Set actor rotation. That's what we want to. And now the play from start, of course. The rotation, we're going to add it here. I mean, to be honest, we could do it here. We don't need to do on past the rotator and do all that stuff. We can just set up, say you are like 90. Okay. Now this is -9. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to plug this right here. Don't care about that. Because sorry, we need to add this anyway on the game. So I'm going to go back here. Pasted that here. Pass the rotation here. And maybe the pitch is fine, but the roll maybe should be 180 or something. Let's see. So now we just need to basically see what is the right rotation. There we go. 180. That's perfect. This is really, really cool. Exactly how I wanted this to be. Now what happened is that we need to create a similar of this for rotate this data, right? To rotate the card information. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create a new timeline because I had issues in the past using the same timeline. I guess let's try to use the same. Let's see what's the worst can happen. It's probably not work. So let's just try to use the same timeline. Now what we're going to do here is that we're going to get this and we're going to basically set rotation, set actor rotation. And we need to do something similar. Now we're going to basically now get actor rotation. Can we lerp rotation? So lerp rotator. Yeah, we can. That's good. Now the new rotation that we want is literally the row to be 0, right? So the way it was. So we just want to basically plug this. We want to revert to the rotation that was before. We want to put move to. Now let's see. Let's see if that's worked properly or not. So this goes back. I don't see that working properly. So it does rotate. Okay. Now I'm not sure why it's taking a massive delay. I mean, I do know why. This is because the length of this is 5 seconds. So we have to wait 5 seconds. So let's just sort that to 1 second. So in total, this action should take just 2 seconds, right? So you open up, goes back and rotate. Still taking a long time. Well, anyway, so I'm not sure why it's doing this. I mean, it's probably something wrong that we're doing here. Like if I open up that, move to, anyway, I'm gonna do that thing I was saying about create a new timeline. And the timeline is going to be called rotate card, right? Now the rotate card here, it's going to take more or less 1 second. We're going to add a track and it's going to be rotate, and we're going to add 2 keyframes, and this is going to be 0, and then here's going to be 1 1. All right, compile and save, go back to the timeline, and we're just going to plug this one here. We're going to plug the update to that. We're going to plug the rotate on the move to. All right, and I can compile and save that and press play. And then if we did everything right, which I think we did, now I don't see why not. So if I added that, I'm not sure why. I mean, it's to do with this unfinished, right? Let's try to. Why is this length is so much? Let's try again. Let's move the card here. Let's try again. So like we add it here, and then it rotates. Come on, added that, and then it rotates. Huh? It's not really working exactly how I want it to. So let's maybe. But what we can try to do here, I'm gonna add the same one, which is gonna be the move, right? Gonna add it here because it was working before, as you guys could see. It's just that it wasn't doing that nice thing. So now I'm gonna open up the timeline. So move track, it lasts 1 second, which is great. Let's see here. Edit. Aha, there you go. So I don't know. It's just a funny thing that was happening. Now, basically, we can just open up that timeline. Well, it turns out we just need one timeline. We just had to update the length of the track. Now, we are not done yet. There's one thing last to finish. Where that is, once this information has been finished here, we are going to get the base of the card, and we're going to set simulate physics, and we're going to add this to true, right? We're going to compile and save. And what we can actually call this, how do we call this? So we maybe can call this when the player plays the card, we play the animation and effects here. So I'm going to rename this to call API play cards effects, right? I'm going to compile and save this. So now, if we did everything right, we got the cards here. Add a card, it rotates. Aha, look at that, guys. That's cool. Nah? That's really neat. So we use the card, it comes here, and then he drops the card into the where it should be. The only thing, can we add more mass to this? Maybe mass. We do have mass. Why is this mass of the body? Blah blah blah. Based on the physical material mass scale. Mass scale. Maybe we can add like 10. Let's see. Because I want this object to be heavy. You know, like I don't want to look like a feather. You know. Yeah, it still look like super light. Let's do maybe 1000. I know. Let's go nuts with the mass of this object. It's a massive object, right? It's like the density of a star. So also probably is because it's quite far where it should be. Yeah, okay. Now, one thing I would like to do here as well, I just noticed a bug, is that I think maybe what we can only interact with I mean, it's fine. It's not going to be a problem. Like, I saw that card floating around, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, I think we have a pretty decent, you know, yeah, there may be a problem, you see? There may be a problem. So I think what we kind of have to do here is that we're going to simulate the physics. And we have the collision stuff. Do we have the collision thing? Block all dynamic, blah, blah, blah. So probably what we can do here is that we can set collision enable. So maybe what we can do here is that we can do no collision, that's fine. And then we can actually add a delay here of, let's say, I don't know, 0.5 or 8, sorry, 0.8. And then we do a query physics only, query only, collision enable. There you go. So we avoid having that weird issue with the card, like that bump issue that we had. So if I drew that, do that. So it still happened, but I think it's less. Okay, maybe we've already simulated query object is set simulate physics, but the collision enable and is compatible. Maybe probe only query. I mean, I guess what we can try to do here maybe is to, let's say, custom. So we're gonna ignore, let's say, the camera. So the only one we're gonna do is the word static and word dynamic. And I think everything else, we don't care about the collision. I think we're gonna have a problem with that because it means that we're gonna overlap things on top of each other, which is, see that, like, I mean, but it doesn't look too bad, honestly. Also, those cards, they're gonna be deleted anyway, so we're just gonna do a no collision. No, sorry. We want to do collision enable, default, collision presets. Maybe I can do no collision here. No, block all. Let's see if we can set the set collision, set preset, no, preset collision. One thing maybe we can try to do here is on here, on the component here on TCG, when we spawn, I would like to cycle through the next one that we spawn, right? Maybe what I can do here, that if it's an enemy flag, that's fine, whatever. So instead of what we can actually do here is that we can maybe call this the last index or something. Would that work? Let me think about it. But then we have to do one for both enemy and... Okay, let's do it. So what we're gonna do here is that we're probably gonna collapse this to a function called that fn get next spawn place. All right, cool, nice. Now, unfortunately, we have to pass the enemy flag here, which we don't have. Which I'm gonna pass it there. And we're gonna call this is enemy. Sorry, is enemy. Now, what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna go back here and we're gonna pass the enemy flag. Good. Now this should still work exactly as it should. No difference here. The only difference is that I don't want to spawn this on top of that. Like, I mean, right now it's fine, but like, I don't want to spawn twice in a row on top of the card, because then in this way we avoid that issue. You know, like if I keep dragging the card or something, it keeps going on top of each other. So I want to avoid that. So I have to do a little bit of a tricky situation here. So basically what happened is that we are going to create here the index promote to a variable, and we're going to call this last spawn index player, and we're going to duplicate, copy and paste, sorry, we're going to duplicate that, and we're going to call one for the enemy. All right, enemy. Right, now what we're going to do here is a branch. Then if this is an enemy, then we set the enemy, otherwise set the player, right? It's very simple things. So we're gonna carry on here. Now those two, they're gonna go on the same because they belong the same. The only difference here is that basically what you're gonna do here is that instead of doing this next, you're gonna basically remove the index that we already have. We're gonna have to and then this is gonna be basically, it's gonna select based on the premise. Hi guys, so I'm just carrying on here, and I'm just gonna basically, I'm not gonna do this logic, I'm just gonna basically keep the randomness. So I'm just gonna delete this last spawn index and this one as well. I don't care about this part here. So what I'm gonna do here is that I'm just gonna get a random array item. Then we're gonna spawn that, and then we're gonna return it here. So I'm gonna I'm gonna keep this. So I'm gonna call this fn get random spawn location. So I do gonna keep this. So I'm gonna do add that and this one and that. So it keeps the random. So the only thing that I'm probably gonna do here is that we need to go back to the card. We just need to play around how do we want this now to interact with the physics. So basically, when we spawn the card, we set collision profile type. And what we're gonna do here instead is we're gonna put here I think we can actually put set collision. We would like to disable the collision, so no collision. Let's see what's gonna happen. So we're gonna compile here, press play and see. So now we should be able to see the card falling through the table, right? So it doesn't have a collision now. So because it doesn't have a collision, it can't simulate anything, which is fine. Now what happened is that once it's done rotating, we can call this again, and we're gonna maybe try query no physics collision. Let's try one by one to see which one that works best, because I always get confused with that. So we do that. That one seems to be working fine. The only problem is that it's, as you can see, that it's falling through the map, right? Like it's falling through the map, which is not necessarily something that we want to, right? We want this to be able to be kept on the map. So it keeps saying set simulate physics to bug collision is enabled and is incompatible. So maybe let's try collision enable. Let's see if that's gonna get a warning. Hopefully we don't get a warning, because I don't remember which one is the right value. That looks okay, I guess. Is that the one? Yeah, okay. So it's this one, collision enable query in physics. So I think with that very simple logic, we added, you know, like we removed that complexity of keeping track of which one is the next one we're going to spawn. We added this into the place. We display the information to the player, which is great. And as you can see here, they're not overlapping to each other again. So they wait a little bit before things happen. And I think that's it. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I understand this got very complex to do, but basically we just had now a better understanding how we're spawning the cards. And also we have a thing here that use the card, you know, like this API use the card. So we spawn the 3D card and whatever. So the next thing that I would like to do here is we're gonna start working out on this roles and rules and things. So once again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I see you in the next one.